Top MIT researchers have recently discovered the incredible hidden cause of ear ringing for the first time ever. According to their latest studies, and despite popular belief, tinnitus goes much, much deeper than just your ears, to an incredibly thin wire spiraling from your ears all the way through your brain. When you hear the constant ringing, this is what is happening inside your ears. If you don't take steps today to heal this wire, every little sound that you hear, even as you listen to this, weakens that essential wire, thinning it more and more to the point it might completely snap all of a sudden. In other words, right now, you're hearing and brain health literally hanging by a thin thread. And if you don't do anything about it starting today, you might go totally deaf, or even worse, lose your memory or go literally insane. You see, the sad and urgent truth is that tinnitus is wearing your brain out. But there's also hope. As these latest breakthroughs regarding tinnitus have also led to the discovery of a completely natural and inexpensive method that makes it possible for you to strengthen the ear-brain wire, get your life back, and finally say goodbye to all the ringing, buzzing, clicking, and pulsing in your ears starting today. Stay with me, and in the next 5 minutes you'll discover why more and more Americans hear noises even though there's nothing physically wrong with their ears. Why your untreated ear buzzing may, in fact, be responsible for literally burning your brain cells and erasing your memories. How coming across a classified surgery on deaf people from 1950 led me to one of the biggest medical secrets in Big Pharma's history. What government and army officials are privately doing to get rid of their tinnitus. And the simple 10-second method that you can use starting today to finally hit the mute button on ear ringing. This solution is so incredibly powerful that it has been clinically proven to work regardless of your age, medical condition, or the severity and length of your tinnitus. And without you having to spend a single red cent on hearing aids, dangerous chemical-filled medications, painful ear flushing, risky surgeries, or useless sound therapies. In fact, military doctors see it as the miraculous key that can unlock the regeneration of the nervous system, as well as brain rejuvenation. So, even if you've been suffering from tinnitus thinking you're bound to live with a sickening sound for the rest of your life, even if you've lost all hope in the medical system, thinking there's no escape for you, it's crucial that you stick with me until the very end of my story. Because in a few moments, you'll find out how to shut off that cringing sound that's been ruining your life and feel completely normal again. Just imagine enjoying a quiet and peaceful time every day, being able to hear your own thoughts again and to finally unwind. No more headaches, dizziness, or anxiety. No more constantly feeling angry and depressed. Forget the dreadful sleepless nights when you were tossing and turning, praying for just a second of silence and fearing that the next day might be even worse. No longer having to struggle at work trying to figure out what your colleagues are saying or pretending you're focused and serene when that piercing buzz is driving you insane. Moreover, regaining your social life, finally being able to take a break, go out with your friends and family, carry on long conversations, even in noisy places. Just like 197,357 other people did. People like Anna Brighton, 52, from Nashville, Tennessee, who says, "I never thought I would get to see the day when my ringing stops, but I did. Oh my God, after 5 horrible years, I can think, I can sleep, I can relax. I feel like a human being again. God bless you, Patrick." Or Bob M., 63, from Naples, Florida, who says, "If it were for me, I would have never touched your pills, Patrick. Your theory just sounded crazy, no offense, but my wife kept insisting. I still can't believe it's been 1 month since I haven't heard any whooshing or hissing. I feel reborn. Hope many more honest folks find out about this." And Thomas Flyer, 49, from Macon, Georgia, who says, "My right ear was driving me insane. It was like a horrifying continuous screeching. I was always tense like a bowstring. I'm an army man, but I swear to you I cried like a baby the day the screeching was gone. Now I'm spending long hours in the forest listening to the birds. My family thinks I've gone insane, but little do they know what I've been through. To think I could have never discovered this solution sends shivers down my spine." Now, if you've suffered from tinnitus for any length of time, I'm sure you're curious to find out all about this inexpensive method. So let's not waste any more time. It's time you broke free from the tinnitus jail. I want you to know who I am. why my unusual discovery turned the medical world upside down while saving thousands of lives, and why pharmaceutical giants and drug manufacturers are willing to spill blood in order to keep tinnitus sufferers away from it. Also, I want you to find out how exactly it will help you finally achieve the peace of mind you deserve in less than just a few weeks from today. Hi, my name is Patrick Bark. I'm 50 years old and I live in a small town in Virginia, together with my wife Sylvia and my 10-year-old Carrie. I've been an anatomy professor at one of the most prestigious U.S. universities for over 25 years now. I take a lot of pride in my work as it allows me to meet, teach, and assist hundreds of brilliant students, genius doctors, and alternative medicine experts in their research and discoveries. But the best part of my job, besides attending tens of exclusive medical conferences each year, is getting invited by my ex-students, now well-reputed doctors, to take part in tens of experiments. This is how I got the chance to witness breakthroughs from universities like Stanford, Harvard, or Columbia, and see life-changing treatments taking birth. Of course, none of them compares to the tinnitus solution I'm about to reveal to you. It all began 2 years ago on a Sunday. I was dressing myself to go out with the girls when this paralyzing, screeching sound hit me out of the blue. I walked around the room and then around the house trying to figure out where it was coming from. I even pulled out the plug on the TV, on the computer, and on the fridge, hoping it was just a broken electronic. Although I begged to God, the sound wasn't coming from outside either. It was coming from inside my ears, or so I thought back then. After 7 days of carrying this morbid noise everywhere with me, I started to panic. I couldn't rest. I couldn't focus during my classes. I was always tense. I knew about tinnitus, but I refused to believe it was anything but temporary. Maybe I had some minor ear infection. Maybe it was just a low atmospheric pressure. But after 2 months with that creepy sound drilling through my brains, I decided to go to the doctor, ready to do whatever it took to get rid of it. That's when my worst nightmare began. Since so many of my ex-students were well-known doctors now, I managed to pull some strings to get an appointment with a top-notch ear specialist. He saw me right away, checked my ears, and did a lot of hearing tests, including an audiogram. After reviewing all the results, he said he still didn't know what was wrong with me. One thing was sure, nothing at all was physically wrong with my ears. So he gave me some relaxing pills and recommended I see other specialists. That's how I got to wait and pray in every hallway of the hospital, hoping the next doctor I see will give me at least a glimpse of hope. For 3 whole months, I underwent blood tests, peed in a jar, had my neck checked, my jaw, my pulse, and pretty much had all my internal organs scanned. But every single time it ended the same way. They found absolutely nothing. Nothing was physically wrong with me. Or so they believed, because at that very moment, something deeply disturbing was happening inside my brain. It was so incredibly frustrating to see every single doctor, no matter how experienced, shrug his shoulders and tell me just rest more and take better care of myself, like I had a relax mode button that I could just turn on. It was clear that all they wanted was for me to stop asking questions they couldn't answer. But if I was 100% healthy, where did my tinnitus come from? I knew many say tinnitus is caused by exposure to loud noises, but that wasn't my case, as I worked only in quiet places like university classrooms. For the life of me, I just couldn't figure it out. I tried to tell myself that the high-pitched noise and the whooshing sound would eventually become something I would learn to live with, that after a while I'll get so used to these sounds that I won't even notice them. But after another 6 months, the noises went from intermittent and annoying to continuous and at least 3 times louder. I felt like my head was splitting in two. Sometimes it wasn't just the high-pitched noise and the whooshing. It was also a pulsing and a clicking. I was so worn out. I couldn't sleep at all, and I was always angry. One time, I even yelled at little Carrie for playing with a small bubble wrap in the other room. But it wasn't just tinnitus that made my life a living hell. There was also something else happening, something that paralyzed me with fear. I started getting uncontrollable hand tremors. At first, it was hardly noticeable. Then, there was one time when I could barely grab my morning cup of coffee. Moreover, my mind wasn't what it used to be. I once forgot what lesson I was teaching in the middle of class. Everything was blank. I couldn't remember a thing. Another time, I lost my way to the campus cafeteria, even though after 25 years, I knew it with my eyes closed. It was like my body and brain were deteriorating, and day after day another unpleasant surprise was always expecting me around the corner. I was scared out of my mind. Seeing the state I was in, my wife Sylvia begged me to try new treatments.